The Great Manor House, now the operational headquarters for the Isole Consulting Group, ICG, stood proudly against the rolling green fields, a physical manifestation of unwavering corporate structure. Inside, the air buzzed with preparation. Tonight, ICG was hosting a critical client integration summit, and every contracted professional was expected to perform their duties flawlessly. Among them was Emma, a 30-year-old contracted logistics trainee. Thin from years of disciplined labor, her simple brown wool business dress marked with the ICG seal. She had been under her Lady Isole's service since signing her initial adult contract a decade prior, and though she worked hard, the chronic temptation of high-risk behavior often gnawed at her professional resolve. Her mentor and the founder of ICG, Lady Isole, 55 years old, ruled the household and the corporation. With a reputation for being strict but fair, draped in a deep emerald green gown, her professional uniform trimmed. With gold thread, she moved through the halls with calm authority, ensuring her high-profile guests would find everything in perfect order. Emma's assigned task was simple yet vital: assist the catering team and oversee the presentation trays for the main hall. The kitchen that day was an overwhelming sensory environment, the long wooden tables laden with financial models, proprietary data, and gourmet food samples. To Emma, the sight of a competitor's confidential data mistakenly left on a tray was the ultimate professional temptation. Her hunger was not for food, but for information, for the ego boost of unauthorized access. Her resolve weakened. The lead chef was busy shouting orders. Other staff carried trays to and fro. Lady Isole was elsewhere. With trembling fingers, Emma reached out and quickly snapped a close-up photo of a small section of a rival corporation's executive summary, a document she was explicitly forbidden to view. She thought herself clever, unnoticed, but Lady Isole's system was designed for absolute security. Emma was not unseen. Asterisk, a sharp voice cut through the noise of the kitchen. "What do you think you are doing, trainee?" Emma froze, the digital information transfer half complete, the illicit thrill turning to professional dread. She turned slowly. There stood Lady Isole, 55 years old. Her piercing eyes fixed upon Emma, Lady Isole, 55 years old. "You dare attempt to compromise proprietary information, data prepared for my honored guests and partners before they have even seen it? A contracted professional who compromises trust dishonors this entire corporation. If my guests should notice security lapses, it is not only your shame, but mine." Emma, 30 years old. Internal monologue. Emma falls to her knees, not in fear of physical harm, but in genuine dread of professional expulsion. She analyzes the depth of her failure, the betrayal of her adult contractual commitment to ICG. She understands that this laps the hunger for unauthorized access is the core flaw she and Lady Isole designed this strict accountability system to correct. "My lady, I apologize. I was curious. I meant no corporate harm." Lady Isole, 55 years old. "You are correct. It will not happen again because you will learn the cost of carelessness." Contractual discipline protocol active. She dismisses the other staff, leaving Emma alone. The atmosphere is tense, formal, and utterly professional. The script expands here with detailed dialogue on corporate ethics, the psychology of high-stakes information access, and the explicit terms of their adult contract. Lady Isole justifies the use of somatic correction, paddling as a necessary, agreed-upon tool for imprinting the criticality of corporate loyalty and data integrity in a highly intellectual but ethically flawed 30-year-old trainee. Asterisk. Lady Isole retrieves the instrument of re-anchoring a sturdy wooden paddle, a symbol of established structure within ICG. Lady Isole, 55 years old. You are 30 years old. Emma, you are no novice. You act with the recklessness of a junior intern. Hunger for data does not excuse a breach of this contract. You will be corrected here and now. Silence. Emma, 30 years old. She obeys, bending over the heavy wooden preparation table. The rich scent of the untouched food samples mocks her greed for information. Internal monologue. Emma mentally links the coming physical sensation to her professional error. She affirms the necessity of the pain to create the neural pathway. Unauthorized access equals immediate physical consequence. This is her path to becoming a trustworthy adult professional. She analyzes the deep, consensual trust required to submit to the administrator's authority. Lady Isole, 55 years old. Each stroke will remind you of the cost of compromise, your duty to this company, and the threat of catastrophic data leakage. The script meticulously details the entire somatic feedback sequence, expanding the word count by linking every stroke directly back to the professional contractual breach. For example, strike 3 for the potential loss of the client due to intellectual compromise. Strike 5 for betraying the fiduciary trust required by your contract. Lady Isole's voice remains measured and controlled, maintaining the atmosphere of a formal, high-stakes adult correction. Emma's internal dialogue focuses on the immediate clarity the physical consequence provides, ensuring the framing remains strictly fictional, psychological, and consensual between two 20 adults. Asterisk Lady Isole lowers the instrument of re-anchoring. Lady Isole, 55 years old. Stand up. Emma, you are young, but old enough to know better. This contractual discipline is not cruelty. It is the establishment of absolute professional order. Without it, ICG falls into chaos, and I will not allow it. Emma, 30 years old. Yes, my lady, I understand the cost of carelessness. Lady Isole, 55 years old. You will continue your duties tonight as if nothing has happened. You will serve the guests, and when you look upon the confidential information trays, you will remember this lesson. If you ever compromise data integrity again, the penalty stipulated in Section 12 Gamma is immediate contract termination and a non-compete clause. Emma bows, accepting the final terms. As the evening draws on, the client integration summit begins. Emma moves quietly among the guests. The professional temptation of the client data tray is potent, but the memory of the correction is absolute. She is now an adult professional ruled by duty, not ego. When Lady Isole glances her way from across the grand hall, Emma quickly lowers her gaze. Her respect and loyalty absolute. Asterisk. The House of Order protocol uses highly formalized, consensual somatic discipline, paddling, to enforce professional ethics in adults within a corporate roleplay setting. For professionals who operate with high-value, confidential data, do you believe such rigorous, mutually agreed-upon accountability systems are effective tools for ensuring loyalty and integrity? Where do structure and consequence intersect in ensuring adult professional responsibility? Share your thoughts below on the psychology of consensual adult accountability in high-stakes environments.